Thank you for elaborate introduction. Convener of this program, Janab C.K. Jubair Sahab, Director of the Chair, C.H. Mohammed Koya, Chair on Studies of Developing Societies, Janab Khadar Palaji Sahab, along with me in the chair, P.A. Rasid Sahab, and in chair, Advocate Faisal Babu, and politically awakened audience. Assalamu alaikum, adab, namaskar. It's a pleasure to see all of you here because this is the first time that I have come to Calicut and to deliver a lecture on a very touchy subject, that the political marginalization, or you can say political exclusion of Indian Muslims. Before coming to the topic, brothers and sisters, while in service, I wrote my second book, that is Denial and Deprivation, Indian Muslims after the Sachar Committee and Rangnath Misra Commission. In the book, which was written almost after 12-14 years of the Sachar Committee and the Rangnath Misra Commission reports, I analyzed the conditions of Muslims, social, economic, educational, their reservation state, everything I analyzed. And the data which I got, the data which I analyzed, basically shook me. I was disturbed to know that a community which is 14.2%, almost 21-22 crore, it is more than any country of Europe, is basically lagging behind, and the socio-economic educational conditions of Muslims are at par, somehow little bit better than Dalits of India. So I analyzed what is the core reason that the Muslims are facing such a grave situation. I came to the conclusion, and every writers on national level, international level, even the recent books, they say that the political empowerment is key to all empowerment. Today we are facing discrimination, violence, targeted violence, social exclusion, economic exclusion. We are not participating in proper numbers in government, judiciary and all. It's all because our voice is not heard. We are not able to communicate with the government because we are not properly represented in politics. So today's, I have brought a PowerPoint presentation for you, and I hope it will meet your expectation. And I'll just run through the PowerPoints. Can somebody keep in the side? This also? People of this side will not be able to see. Okay? For them, I think. Are you able to see the people in this side? Okay. Just a minute. Mic, cordless mic.
Hello.
Dear audience, today's topic is political, you can keep the voice low, political underrepresentation of Muslims in India and analysis and way forward. Before going into any topic of minority community, there are some UN resolutions which define what should be the format for protection and preservation of rights of minorities. The UN has also advocated and formulated some guidelines what should be done for the protection of political rights of minorities. UN advocates effective political participation of minorities for protection and preservation of their rights. Article 2.3 of the UN Declaration on the Rights of Persons Belonging to National or Ethnic, Religious and Linguistic Minorities 1992. See this resolution, many of you who are students, you can note down, this is the core of UN resolution for protection of rights of minorities. This resolution advocates that political participation enables the voice of minorities to be heard. UN recommends to ensure effective political participation of minorities through measures like, suppose a country which is inclusive, democratic and wants to ensure the political rights to minorities, then what should be done? What should be the measure? What should be the steps to do that? In many countries, it's not necessary that only Muslims are minority in India. See, on national level, on international level, there are almost 200 countries. And in every country, there are some kind of minorities. Some are religious minorities, some are national minorities, some are racial minorities, some are linguistic minorities, some are other kind of minorities are there. And those countries has devised something to ensure their proper share in politics. Number one is lower threshold for entering parliament. Even if you get lower votes, some votes, you can enter into the parliament. Reserve seats according to the population of minorities, favorable delimitation of the constituencies, privileged funding of minority parties. See these 4 points. If you see the slides later on, in the Indian context, what the governments since 1952 have done to minorities, it is exactly opposite to these 4 points. Current political condition of Muslims. What are the current scenario you can see? This side. Today, we have just 24 Muslim MPs. It is just 4.42%. Deprivation is almost 69%. Total MLAs 296 all over India. Out of 4,123, it is old figure in the book. It has to be updated. It is just 7.8% and deprivation is almost 50%. Deprivation means what we deserve and what we are getting, we are not getting. Poor representation in local bodies and city corporation. No Muslims MP from the ruling BJP. Today, BJP has 240 seats. Earlier, they had 303 seats. Neither in the earlier parliament nor in present parliament, they have a single Muslim member of parliament. No Muslim minister in BJP ruled states like Rajasthan, MP, Gujarat, Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Haryana, Assam, etc. Only one Muslim minister in UP, just for namesake. Very few Muslim ministers in Congress and regional party ruled states. And the last statement is exception to Kerala. Muslim ministers do not hold high-profile portfolios like finance, home, revenue, PWD, urban development, industries, agricultural, etc. What they head? Waqf, Hajj, minority development. These are the pet departments reserved for the Muslim MLAs. Muslims in Lok Sabha, you can analyze the situation. Can you keep the slide slightly up? Because some figures are not visible. Earlier. Up. Not able to do? Okay. No issue. Till 2019, you can see the presentation, the representation of Muslim MPs here. And here you can see what Muslim deserved in the parliament. So today we deserve 77 and we have just 24. If you analyze the whole data till 2024, we can find that we have just achieved 48% and there are 52% deprivation. Muslims in state assemblies, you can see the number of Muslim ministers in the cabinet. It has still gone down. 110, except J&K, there is 1 and 0 only. So these are the condition of Muslims in assemblies. Muslims in local bodies, very low representation at Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti and Jila Parishad level. NDA means no data available. There is no research on national level or any state level because the people don't want to show the political exclusion of Indian Muslims. Somehow, see, it is very easy to count the number of Muslim MPs if the result comes out. So it cannot be hidden. You can find it out. State-wise, you can analyze the number of Muslim MLAs, but you cannot analyze the number of Muslims Gram Pramukh, Muslims Panchayat Samiti level members, Muslims Jila Parishad members. Regions, Muslims are thinly spread in rural areas. Muslims constitute about 18.5% of urban population. Muslim is basically city-centric population. So they are more in cities. Low number of Nagar Sevaks and councillors are elected in local urban bodies. Very few Nagar Palikas are headed by Muslim Nagar Sevaks. Big city corporations like Ahmedabad, Delhi, Kolkata, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai, etc. do not have Muslim mayors despite having sizable Muslim population. See, Mumbai, Muslim population is close to 25%. But since independence, there is not a single Muslim mayor in Maharashtra, in Mumbai. Consequences of poor Muslim representation in politics. We have already discussed. What happens if you are not properly represented in politics? We have not analyzed, even we have not understood what are the consequences. On daily basis we are facing, but we have not put those consequences in a proper order. These consequences are limited or no voice in policy making. Legislations after legislation have been framed against you in the parliament. Okay? CAA, they are considering against UCC also, Triple Talaq, Waqf Amendment Act. They are trying to bring population control bill also just to target Muslims. But there are no legislation on mob lynching, no legislation to control communal riots, no legislation to control the open discrimination against Muslims. It's all because you are just 24. Suppose the situation, if you had 77 MPs in the parliament, imagine the situation. Can any bill be passed without your consent? 77 number, you can form the government. You can stand a government. You can bring down the government. No government can function without your consent. Genuine concerns of the Muslim community are not addressed. Low share in the budget and development, economic, low share in the resources of the country, poor share in the government employment, no guarantee of safety and security, feelings of alienation and disenfranchisement, difficulty in addressing community-specific issues like mob lynching, targeted violence, discriminations, etc. Imagine I have written a book in denial and deprivation. You are 14.2% and you are contributing just 6.0% in the budget. So you can correlate those figures with your share in budget and development. See, these are the consequences, these are the situations in politics. But what are the regions? 6 regions. On every region you can find a separate slide. You can find a detailed analysis. BJP's exclusionary attitude, low nomination by national and regional parties, negative legal and constitutional steps, no academic or media coverage, no constitutional safeguards, internal regions of the Muslim community. BJP's communal and exclusionary attitude. See, suppose you have to run in a football ground and half of the football ground and more than half of the football ground is blocked for you, that you cannot go that side. Will you be able to run properly? No. More than 50% of political space has been captured by the BJP, but no space for Muslims. So you have to try your luck on non-BJP elected areas. Inherently against political empowerment of Muslims. If you read bunch of thoughts of Golwalkar on minorities, statements of present Prime Minister Modi, statements of other ideologues of BJP and Hindutva parties, you can understand that BJP is fundamentally against the political empowerment of Muslims. Portrays itself as anti-Muslim to get Hindu votes, captures almost 50%, what I have already said, of political space where Muslims have no scope to compete, communalization of political space to consolidate Hindu votes, RSS and other Hindu organizations fuel anti-Muslim sentiments. Till 2019, they gave just 50 tickets to Muslims. 108% of their nomination, Only 4 have managed to win. You can count on fingers. Sikandar Bakht, Sahnwaz Hussain 2 times, and Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi 1 time. 4 times, just 4 MPs. You can also, people who are elder to me, they know the politics. Only 4 have managed to win. Tickets in those areas where no chance to win. BJP give ticket in Jammu and Kashmir, West Bengal, sometimes in Kerala also, not to win, to disturb the established Muslim leader. No tickets in states like elections in state like state elections in state like Gujarat, UP, MP, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Haryana, Maharashtra, Bihar, Assam, etc. UP has 403 seats. Not a single ticket is given to Muslims in Uttar Pradesh by the BJP. Second is low nomination by national or regional parties. See, the stand of BJP is not in our hand. They are independent. They can take any stand. But the people to whom you vote are basically responsible for this situation. Low nomination by national or regional parties, no proportional share of Muslims in tickets by national or regional parties, fear of being labeled as Muslim sympathetic by the BJP or media. They fear that if they provide tickets in good number to Muslims, the BJP or media or other Hindu organization will label them as Muslim sympathetic, Muslim sympathizer. Take Muslim votes for granted. These parties, the Congress or regional parties in different states, RJD in Bihar, Samajwadi Party, BSP in UP, TMC in West Bengal, different parties in different states, they take the Muslims' vote for granted. Till 2019, INC gave 555 tickets out of more than 8,000 tickets. It is just 6.83%. Muslims are 14.2%. CPI 5%, CPM 10%, JD 9%. JD means Janata Dal. BSP 12.4%, SP 18%, RJD 17.36%. This is 13.8% TMC. Mistakenly, it is left. Majority of tickets are offered in areas out of their regional strongholds. Can anyone understand this? TMC gave just 10 to 15 tickets in West Bengal, and they offer tickets to Muslim candidates in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and other states where there is no chance to win. That is why their share in the nomination is high. Non-Muslim candidates in Muslim areas to shape their political future. This is very important. When the political future of any big party leader, the so-called national parties or regional parties, is threatened, they are going to lose from their traditional seats. Immediately they are transported to Muslim-dominated area just to cut the chance of the Muslim candidate. Why not? First time in 2019, it was okay. He was knowing that he is going to be elected from Amethi. But what about second time? Was it necessary to bring Priyanka Gandhi to Wayanad? Muslims are asked to contest from weak constituency. In 2024, not a single ticket was given by Congress to Muslims in Maharashtra, although Muslims deserved 5 seats. And this was repeated states after state. The third reason, negative legal and constitutional steps, non-inclusive functioning of democracy. Our democracy is not inclusive. Denial of SC status to Muslims. See, Dalit Muslims of India have not been given scheduled caste status. This fact you know. But what is the consequence of that? If you calculate the share of Dalit Muslims in the total population, we are losing minimum 12 seats due to this reason. Reservation of Muslim-dominated seats for scheduled castes. Sachar committee report has already analyzed this situation. Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, even you can feel in Kerala also. Dalit Muslims? No. See, Muslim society is basically the mirror image of Hindu society in India. They have upper caste, you have upper caste. They have OBC, you have OBC. They have tribals, you have tribals. They have scheduled caste, you also have, they have Dalits, you also have Dalits. Dalit means the Dalits who converted from Hinduism to Islam to gain some confidence, some respect, some equality, but they have not been given the scheduled caste status. Initially, it was given to the people professing Hindu religion only, 1950. Later on, it was amended, 1956. Dalits of Sikh religion were given. In 1990, Dalits of Buddhist religion were given. But Christians and Muslims, they have not been given this status so far. And because of this, we are losing every parliament 12 seats. Reservation of Muslim-dominated seats, I have already explained. Discrimination against Muslim STs, losing at least 5 seats due to this. See, Muslims have been given ST status. But you can see there is a not Pondicherry, island beside Kerala. Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep MP is basically a tribal MP. It's a 99% population is a tribal population. So it's natural that the tribal Muslim get elected there. But tribal population in the whole population is 8.5%. And similarly, Muslims tribals are also 8.5% in their population. But they are not given ticket. They are neglected. In Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, tribal Muslims are there, but they are not offered tickets. And due to this, we are losing 5 seats. Adverse gerrymandering, negative delimitation of Muslim majority areas. Suppose this is a Muslim majority areas, cut this to one constituency, cut that to one constituency. Cutting is such a way that the whole constituency becomes a minority constituency, a weak constituency for Muslims. This is called adverse gerrymandering. No academic or media coverage. See, after every election or on any time, this is the duty of Election Commission to analyze the result with respect to the social share, social representation. But if you see the Election Commission's analysis and their research, there are a lot of papers on funding of parties, criminalization of politics, EBM, etc., funding of a small party, what is the role of a small party, but there is no talk on political marginalization of the second largest minority in the country. Lot of discussion on a small and trivial issues of politics, but no discussion in academia on political marginalization of Muslims in Indian democracy. The mainstream scholars, they write extensively on many issues. What is the impact of EVM? What this steps is going to do? What that steps is going to do? But no discussion on the political marginalization of Muslims. Knowingly, this has been avoided. Media intentionally avoids discussion on this topic. Have you ever seen any discussion on political deprivation of Muslims? With respect to any state result or with respect to parliament result, have you seen? No. They fight on small issues. In fact, media plays a negative role. Suppose some parties, RJD or SP or BSP or TMC or any party gives good number of tickets to Muslims, they portray that. It portrays as a threat to Hindu domination. Constitutional safeguards and legislative initiatives. See, I have already said to you that our democracy is not an inclusive democracy. You can analyze on 5 topics. No provision in the Constitution to ensure proportional share of minorities in politics. Not a single word. No system of proportional representation, PR, in politics. See, PR, proportional representation is a kind of political system, electoral system in many countries to ensure the proportion of, to maintain regional balance, to maintain social balance, to maintain linguistic balance, but there is no such kind of arrangement in Indian politics. FPTP system, the biggest blockade. You know FPTP system? First past the post. I mean, 10 people are contesting an election. Whoever gets the maximum vote, he gets elected. This is called FPTP system. Although he gets 15% of the total vote, but he will be elected. This is called FPTP system. So this FPTP system is the biggest blockade for the minorities, for the weaker section. Not only Muslim, for others also. System of reservation of seats for minorities in draft constitution was abruptly deleted. In 1949, when the draft constitution was submitted, there was a provision for reservation of seats for minorities in accordance with their share in population. But due to partition effect and the sentiments against the community, this was abruptly deleted. No reason was provided. No system of parliamentary discussion on election results. Can anyone say this? Analyze this? See, in harmonious societies, in a society which is caring, which cares about the weaker section, the minorities, what they do after every election, when they sit in the parliament, in their national assemblies, their first duty is to analyze the result of the election. Have you maintained the regional balance? Have you given justice to the minorities? Are the people living in far-flung areas have been represented properly? They discuss, but there is no such kind of discussion in our parliament. Internal regions of the community. These are the internal regions you can see. The community never made an agenda of getting proportional share in politics. Here and there, IUML is trying. Some other parties are trying. Scholars are advocating on national level, but there is no coherence. Limited participation in mainstream politics, lack of unified political voice, lack of education, economic challenges and social marginalization of Muslims contribute to lower engagement with political process. This means Our population is weak due to economic challenges, poverty, lack of education. So they don't try the path of political engagement. Lack of a strong Muslim leadership, no effort to create political leaders within the community. We can follow Lalu Prasad Yadav. We can follow Mayawati, Mulayam Singh Yadav. We can follow Didi. But we cannot create our own leader. Policy issues impacting minority political representation. Now, before this, what we have discussed, the regions of poor political representation. Now we come to the general topic. What are the issues that impact the minority representation? There are three kinds of issues. Number one is policy issues. Inclusive functioning of democracy, PR system, FPTP system, affirmative action in electoral democracy, diversity and reflection of social justice in nominations, system of review of election. These are basically the policy issues of the government which impact the minority representation. What are the ground level factors affecting? Ground level factors. When you go to the field and contest the election, these are the factors which are going to affect. Division of secular votes. Several Muslim candidates fielded by many secular parties. Consider a situation in a constituency in Uttar Pradesh. And if there is no alliance between Congress, SP and BSP, what they will do? They will put up a Muslim candidate. SP will field a Muslim candidate. BSP will field a Muslim candidate. Congress will field a Muslim candidate. BJP will field a Hindu candidate. 60% votes, equal division, BJP candidate will get elected. So this is the situation. Multiple Muslim candidates in the same Muslim majority constitute. Sometimes, suppose a strong regional party put up a Muslim candidate, but there are several Muslim candidates who don't have any political experience, some doctors, some engineers, some businessmen, in whose career there is no concern for politics. They were not in the field, but they fight the election and they basically divide the votes and consolidate the other votes. Missing names from the voter list, vote chori. See, today it's a hot topic, vote chori. It has been happening since 1952. With whom? Dalits and Muslims. Names of Muslim voters have been deleted in mass. Muslim voters' names have been deleted. I have already explained in the book. Hundreds and hundreds of voters in one hutment. I have already explained in the book. So this vote chori, due to different regions, if you read the book, you will come to know that what are the pretexts that a Muslim voter's name or a Dalit voter's name could be deleted. Attempt to disenfranchise Muslims and other deprived sections. Put them in jail, demolish their houses, don't make their Aadhaar card, and consequently they will not be able to make the election identity card. So this is the way of disenfranchising the deprived sections, including Muslims. Absence of social electoral alliance with deprived sections. Scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and OBC. We don't have any alliance with these sections. Silent factors. We have analyzed two types of factors. Policy issues, ground level factors, and these are silent factors affecting Muslim representation. Rumor of Muslim vote bank. This is the pet word which is coined by the RSS and other Hindutva elements, that the Muslims basically function as a vote bank. Do you agree with this? Anyone? Are Muslims a vote bank? Do they act like a vote bank? No. Because in Kerala, they vote for Congress, they vote for IUML, they vote for Communist Party also. They vote for independent also. Go to UP, they vote for BSP, SP, Congress also. On national level, they vote for Congress. Go to Bihar, they vote for RJD, JDU, other parties also. So, if the voting pattern is not constant, on different occasions, in different geographical areas, they are voting to different parties. How can one say that they are vote bank? In fact, we can say that the BJP has created a Hindu vote bank. Irrespective of the place, irrespective of the issues, they have consolidated the Hindus and they are voting for the BJP. Brahmanical mindset to grab all political space and deprive all weaker sections of the society. No system of reservation for seats for OBCs, Pasmanda politics. Return of upper caste Hindu politics. If you analyze the election results after 2014, Pasmanda means, see, in Muslims, everybody excluding the upper caste are basically Pasmanda. Pasmanda means the people who are basically left behind, backward, or deprived. So all OBCs, or Dalits, all tribals, they jointly make Pasmanda group in Muslims. So on national level, there are only two types of political reservation. Reservation to scheduled castes, reservation to scheduled tribes. But later on, the reservation have been given to OBCs also by the Mandal Commission. They get reservation in jobs initially. Later on, they were granted reservation in admissions also. I mean the education. Today, they are getting reservation in education and employment. But why they are not being given reservation to politics? When, while delivering a Independence Day speech in 1990, Vishwanath Pratap Singh clearly said that if you analyze the speech on that occasion, he said that our aim is not to give some jobs to OBCs. Our aim is not to give some admissions to OBCs. Our job is to give political voice to OBCs. I mean, his intention was to give political reservation to OBCs. So the point is, if OBCs get political reservation, I mean the 52%, Muslims have also been categorized as OBCs. They may get reservation as a sub-quota. So in this way, we can go close to 77. We were talking about the return of upper caste Hindu politics. If you analyze the election results after 2014, you will come to know that the share of Hindu upper caste in parliaments is on rise. Brahmins, Rajputs, then other castes, Baniya, they are sending more and more number of MPs at the cost of OBCs, at the cost of Muslims. Because share of Dalits and share of tribals is already fixed. So they cannot encroach there. Where they can encroach? They can take away the seats of Muslims and Hindu OBCs. Some way forward, Some ways suggested in the light of the book which I've already distributed to you. That book carries these points. Create political awareness in the community, creating leaders in the community, recognize your strength, Muslim-dominated parliamentary seats and assembly seats. These are your strength. Later on, I'll explain you. Historical promises and constitutional safeguards, other methods like PR, affirmative actions, diverse nominations, etc. Now, Muslim-dominated constituency. This is your one of the most important strengths. Difficult for Muslims to get elected for a seat with low number of Muslims. Reason, Hindus do not support Muslim candidates due to hate campaign and Islamophobia. All Muslim candidates get elected from Muslim majority seats. Now see, this analysis is basically given 1, 2 and 3 in my book. Number 1, the seats where Muslim population is above 20% but below 30%, there are 42 seats on national level. Some seats from Kerala also. It is in table number 3.12 in the book. Near majority Muslim parliamentary constituencies where Muslim population is above 30% but below 40%, 21 seats, table number 3.13. Muslim majority parliamentary constituencies 40% and above. Majority of seats are from Kerala and West Bengal. These are 24, table number 3.15. So if you add these three type of seats, 42, 21, 24, it becomes 78. No. 4, 5, 7, 8. It becomes 87. Okay. So it's a mistake. It should be 87. But how much you need for proportional representation? Just 77. So it is very easy for Muslims to get. They have to just concentrate on Muslim-dominated seats. Similar exercises can be done for assembly constituencies also. And in the appendix of my book, the figure for 8 states have already been given. Historical promises and constitutional safeguards, proposal of reservation of seats according to share of population for minorities who are there in the draft population, abruptly removed citing no reasons. During debates, many supported deletion of the system of reservation but advocated proportional representation, yani PR system, to ensure minority representation. Sardar Hukum Singh proposal that electoral system, the non-reservation of seats, would be reviewed after 10 years from the point of view of minority representation has not been materialized. What is the meaning of this? While deleting the system of reservation for minorities, the tall leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Hukum Singh, and other leaders, they promised that this system of non-reservation of seats would be reviewed after 10 years of functioning of the constitution. It has not been happened. Nobody is talking even today on this issue. Time has come to remind all parties the promises made by tall leaders like Nehru, Patel, Hukum Singh, etc. Review the political condition of minorities and restore the system of reservation. This should be the demand of all Muslims on all India level. Other methods. FPTP system favors the majority and it against the interest of weaker section. Government must do away with it. Adopt PR system with multi-member constituencies. Election Commission to ensure proportional share in nomination by parties. Quota for OBCs with sub-quota for minorities. What should Muslim do? There are 2 last slides only. One you can read. come out of the shadow of partition. See, during the partition days, many big leaders, many forward-looking leaders, they advocated that there couldn't be a separate political fortunes for Muslims, and they suggested that they should align with other secular parties. But now, almost more than 75 years have passed after partition. We should come out of that. Claim your rightful place in Indian politics. Create political awareness in the community. Create good leaders. Concentrate on Muslim majority seats. Forge social and political alliance with other deprived groups. Plan your politics around secular issues concerning all people, not only on minority issues. And do not wholly rely on so-called secular parties for protection of your political rights. They have betrayed us for the last 75 years. The situation where we are today, who have made this? Dalits are getting their proportional share. Tribals are getting their proportional share. Upper castes are getting their proportional share. But why we are not getting? What should Muslims do? This is part 2. Take your destiny in your own hands. A Muslim party on national level seems impractical and difficult, also due to regional and linguistic variations. In the rediscovery of due share in politics, Muslim party may be more regional than national in character. Strive to get due share in parliament and state assemblies by concentrating on Muslim majority seats. Then forge alliance with the secular party to share power. Don't become their second partner. Don't become their follower. Participate in governments as equal partner and not on the mercy of the secular parties. Study the political models of Sri Lankan Muslim Congress, Thailand Muslims, etc. And I forgot to mention intentionally that the Indian Muslims should also study the models of IUML. They are a separate political entity. They are about to get proportional share. They participate in governance as an equal partner. But there is one lacking, and that lacking is, in Kerala also, you are not able to achieve 100% share in a state assembly. If you read the book, there are some gap, some 15-20% gap that you have to maintain. But nevertheless, it's a political model which could be studied on national level, and Indian Muslims must study the IUML model. Study the political models of Sri Lankan Muslims, Congress, Thailand Muslims, etc. If you study, go and Google. It's the time of Google. Now, apart from Google, you have AI, you have ChatGPT, you have Meta. Go and ask, what is the Sri Lankan Muslim Congress model of politics? The politics is, they are separate political force, number one. They contest elections separately. They get due share in politics. They participate in governance, power structure, and they handle high-profile portfolios like home, revenue, foreign. So this is the model. It has been left to you. Go and Google. It has been explained on page number 272 to 284 in the book. Thank you.
Hello, sir. So whenever Muslim representation comes up, there is a huge debate is what Owaisi is doing. Because Owaisi has seats in Hyderabad and he goes to Bihar and contests there. He gets 6 or more seats there. Whenever he is asked, like, what are you doing? Before that, he is being criticized that, okay, he is vote cutting the Muslim areas and Muslim candidates are being defeated. In some cases, the SDPA candidates also, they are cutting the votes. But Owaisi's response always is that people are voting me because they don't like RJD or Congress. That's why they are voting me. If the voters like them, they would vote them. That's his reaction. So the last point you mentioned, the sixth point, the Sri Lankan Muslims Party and the Thailand Muslims Party. So Owaisi is also trying to do something like that. That's his argument. So if a Muslim party trying to do something like that, should we stop them or allow them to do what they have to do?
See, politics is not only electoral politics. You have to follow each and every steps of politics. My point is that if IUML is a political force in Kerala, they are not getting due share in politics in Kerala. They don't have any right to go anywhere in other states and say that we are here to get the proportional share. First, arrange your home and then go to other states. You have, what I have said, you have almost achieved 80%, 85%. In the future course, if you try, you can achieve 100%. Then you have 100% right to go to Maharashtra in other states and say that, yes, we are here to get the proportional share of Muslims. Obviously, if you read my book, 14% share in population in Telangana, and it comes around 18 or 20 or 21 number of MLAs. They are just getting 7 or 8. And just to Hyderabad city. And not Hyderabad city, a part of the Hyderabad city. What they have done to get the proportional share in politics in Telangana? Tell me. My suggestion, see, I appreciate that he is a good leader, he is a good orator, he is doing good. He is speaking on every topic which concerns Muslims. But the thing is that if you have initiated a political force and if your intention is good and you are trying to achieve the proper share for Muslims, then achieve in Telangana, then you have a proper right to go and do the same thing in Bihar and UP also. Secondly, this is one thing. Secondly, suppose I am sitting here and I cannot go abruptly in a constituency and fight election because I have to study the constituency, I have to show my presence, I have to initiate a political force over there, party organization, then I will be able to fight, then I will be able to contest election over there. The first requirement is that you create a party in that state. Make it strong, then fight election. Over the night, abruptly, you cannot go any state that I have come here to give justice to Muslims. First, you have to create a political force. And there are models before you, the Mayawati model, Mulayam Singh model, Lalu Prasad model. First, they made the party, then they contested the election. And second thing is that, first, you contest the election to lose. Second, to defeat others. Third, to win the election. A time will come, the people will get elected. But the thing is that you have to follow all the steps of politics.
Am I audible, sir? So I have two questions. So the first question is, we all know about Shah Faisal, the Jammu and Kashmir officer, IS officer who has been resigned from his post in 2019, and whether in any way his resignation has influenced in your resignation, which came later, and what's your take on him rejoining the service? That's my first question. And the second question is, in your future plans for the Muslim politics, you were talking about creating new Muslim leaders, right? And my question is, now we everybody know about Sharjil Imam, and he has been incarcerated since in 2020. And in a recent article, Nizamuddin Ahmad Siddiqui and Saqib Rasul, both of them are talking, the academic intellectuals in India, they are having a kind of sanctioned ignorance on the politics of Sharjil Imam. Do you think that not only the academics but Muslim, they also have this sanctioned ignorance on the politics of Sharjil Imam? That's my second question.
Your first question, although doesn't relate to this topic, but I will answer. See, 3 people resigned in a row. First, Shah Faisal. He resigned way back in 2018, citing no reasons. I think he had some political ambition. When 370 was scrapped, so he was also detained. And after detention, I don't know what happened that he joined the service. Kannan Gopinathan from Kerala, he resigned from the service citing the scrapping of 370 abruptly. I resigned against CAA because this is unconstitutional and against the spirit of the Constitution, against the ethos of the Constitution, equality and other things. See, there are different reasons for different people, and what happened, what prompted him to join the service, I don't know. The second part, what is exactly your question? The second question? Yeah, you are audible. What Sharjil Imam said? See, Sharjil Imam was arrested on a different charge, and what is his futuristic policy or what he advocates, I don't know. We can read, we can infer from his speeches and all. The second part is that, see, you heard many things in my slides which are basically new to you. So, changes don't takes place overnight. It takes time. You have to read, you have to write, you have to create awareness, You have to take the sessions like this, workshops, seminars, reading, writing. You have to write articles also. You have to make delegation, go to the public, go to the political parties who are basically at the hem. So they will think that yes, you are really politically deprived and you need proper political share in politics. See, my book, this Absent in Politics and Power, has already been translated into Tamil, and this book is going to be launched in the month of November. In November, we have planned that since Tamil Nadu is a state of social justice, Karunanidhi, Periyar, and all, they advocated social justice. If they advocate social justice, why the Muslims are deprived? They are getting 50%, 14 seats they deserve, they are already 7 or 8. So we have planned that we will make a delegation, we will go to the secular parties like the DMK and will ask them that Muslims are already able to achieve 50% on their own. Help them little bit. Give some support to them. They will achieve at least 80-90% of their due share. So in this way, slowly and slowly you can get. See, political share means if you are getting due share, somebody else is losing his share, which is already captured, the Brahmanical model. So they are not going to make this happen easily. So you have to make harder steps, lot of effort. Then only it will be able to materialize. You have to put in the public domain, you have to put in the media domain, you have to create a discussion in media. Then only the politician will realize that you are really deprived and this topic concerns you.
Sir, why the IUML model is not spreading outside Kerala? IUML model, that is very successful in Kerala. Banatwala got MP position 2 times. And what are the hurdles of Muslim consolidation outside Kerala? Is religious secularism is a issue there? If so, how to overcome that?
IUML has many tall leaders and they are trying hard to aspirate the party in other states also. What difficulties they are encountering, practical points, I don't know, but I have already explained some theoretical points before you. You have already noticed there is a linguistic reason. Number one, I have already said, in the initial phase of rediscovery of gaining political share, due share, the Muslim parties will be regional in character, non-national in character. So in this way, a party can be made in Kerala, a party can be made in Bihar, a party can be made in Bengal, a party can be made in, which has already been done, in Assam. And in a small pockets, if everything is made, then you can make a alliance on national level. You have some stigma of partition also, name also, language also. So these are basically theoretical things which I cannot elaborate. But the thing is that you have to make hard effort on national level and create a small regional Muslim parties.
If all the problems of the Muslim community and the pathetic condition of the marginalized people can be reduced to a single line, we can say that absent in politics and power. Okay.
Can you run that video? Hello, bhai. Can you run the video? Just 1 minute 43-second video.
ഒരു 1.5 മിനിറ്റ് വീഡിയോ കൂടി ഉണ്ട്. Just they can watch.
मुसलमानों की आबादी के हिसाब से बिहार में उनके 40 विधायक होने चाहिए, हैं 19। हम इसकी चर्चा नहीं करते हैं। मुसलमानों के 19 विधायक इसलिए हैं क्योंकि आरजेडी वाले, कांग्रेस वाले उनको उतना टिकट नहीं देते हैं, जो उनका वोट लेते हैं उनको टिकट नहीं देते हैं। मुसलमान समाज के लिए चिंता का कारण यह है कि आबादी के हिसाब से उनके 1650 मुखिया होने चाहिए बिहार में। बिहार में 1200 से कम मुस्लिम मुखिया हैं। आबादी के हिसाब से 27,500 वार्ड सदस्य मुस्लिम होने चाहिए, 11,000 से कम मुसलमान ही वार्ड सदस्य हैं। वहां पर तो दलों की टिकट की जरूरत नहीं है। ये आंकड़े ये बताते हैं कि मुस्लिम समाज में कहीं ना कहीं राजनीति को लेकर, राजनीति में भागीदारी को लेकर वो संशय, वो डर पैदा कर दिया गया है। और ये डर पैदा किसने किया है? ये डर पैदा किया है जिनको उन्होंने अपना रहनुमा बनाया, ये आरजेडी के लोगों ने उनको ये बता दिया कि भाई तुम हमको वोट देते रहो, हमारे पीछे चलो, हम बाकी चिंता तुम्हारा करेंगे। तो मैं मुसलमानों को जाकर ये बता रहा हूं कि भाई तुम कांग्रेस के पीछे चलो, आरजेडी के पीछे चलो, प्रशांत किशोर के पीछे चलो, किसी के पीछे चलोगे तो तुम्हारा नुकसान होगा ही होगा। आपकी जो आबादी है, आपकी जो समस्याएं हैं, वो तब सुलझेंगी जब आप अपने बच्चों को राजनीति में लाएंगे, उनको काबिल बनाएंगे, उनको राजनीतिक सलाहियत सिखाएंगे, तभी आपका सुधार हो सकता है। जन सुराज वो प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां आप अपने बच्चों को लाइए। आपको राजनीति में प्रशिक्षण चाहिए, राजनीति में आपको आगे बढ़ाने वाला चाहिए, तो जन सुराज आपके लिए वो करेगा।
Did you get the points? Initially what he said, in Bihar, Muslim deserve 40, भाई थोड़ा आवाज कम करो, Muslims deserve 40 MLAs, they are just getting 19. So there is no discussion on it. Muslims in Gram Panchayat, Mukhiya, you know Gram Panchayat? Gram Panchayat is headed by Mukhiya in Bihar. So 1800, 1900 Mukhiya, they deserve according to share in population, they are below 1200. 27,000 ward members. I mean, the Gram Panchayat is divided in 9 to 10 wards. So they deserve 27,000 wards. They are less than 15, 16,000, 11,000 ward members. What he is trying to tell, on a state level, you need ticket from secular and regional parties. But on Gram Panchayat level, in local bodies election, you don't need ticket from any political party. What is the hurdle that you are not getting due share in Mukhiya, Panchayat Samiti and ward members? The reason is that you have not trained your community in politics. There is less political awareness. There is less political awareness about the political deprivation in the community. And what he is saying, you will not get your due share when you will follow Congress, when you will follow RJD. Even he is saying that you will not get your due share when you will follow Prashant Kishore. He himself is saying, what he is saying, you will get your due share when you will create your separate political identity. And separate political identity will only be created by proper awareness in the community, proper training in the community, and he is going to provide the platform. I not recommending his words, this work can be done by us also. You can create political awareness in the community. I can create political awareness in the community, which I am already doing before you. The local councillors, the local Grand Panchayat member, the local Muslim MLA, the Muslim member of parliament, they can create political awareness in the community. And that is lacking. Thank you.
നമ്മൾ ഈ സെഷൻ ഒഫീഷ്യലി അവസാനിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. മുസ്ലിങ്ങളാദി പിന്നോക്ക ജനവിഭാഗങ്ങൾ അനുഭവിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ പ്രശ്നങ്ങളെയും ഒറ്റവാക്കിൽ പറഞ്ഞാൽ രാഷ്ട്രീയ പ്രാതിനിധ്യ അധികാര പ്രാതിനിധ്യമില്ലായ്മയാണ്. രാഷ്ട്രീയ അധികാര പ്രാതിനിധ്യ ഇല്ലായ്മയിലൂടെ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് നിങ്ങളിൽ കുറേ പേർ MP ആകാതിരിക്കുന്നതും MLA യും മന്ത്രിയാകാതിരിക്കുന്നതുമല്ല, പകരം എക്സ്റ്റെൻഡ് ഓഫ് എക്സ്ക്ലൂഷൻ ആൻഡ് ഗെറ്റോയിസേഷനാണ്. നിങ്ങൾ ഗെറ്റോകളിലേക്ക് എറിയപ്പെടും, നിങ്ങളുടെ വീടുകൾ ബുൾഡോസറിനാൽ തകർക്കപ്പെടും, രേഖകൾ എത്ര കൃത്യമായിട്ടും കാര്യമില്ല, നിങ്ങളുടെ പൗരത്വം ചോദ്യം ചെയ്യപ്പെടും എന്ന യാഥാർത്ഥ്യത്തിൻ്റെ നടുവിലാണ് നമ്മൾ ജീവിക്കുന്നത്. ആ വസ്തുതയെ ഡാറ്റ വെച്ച് നമ്മുടെ മുന്നിൽ അതിമനോഹരമായി ഇവിടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട അബ്ദുറഹ്മാൻ സാറ് അവതരിപ്പിച്ചു. ഈ സ്ലൈഡിലൂടെ പല കാര്യങ്ങൾ കടന്നുപോയി. ഒറ്റ ലൈൻ, ടേക്ക് യുവർ ഡെസ്റ്റിനി ഇൻ യുവർ ഹാൻഡ്സ്. നമ്മുടെ തലവര നമ്മളാണ് നിശ്ചയിക്കേണ്ടത്. വി ആർ ഒഫീഷ്യലി ക്ലോസിംഗ് ദ സെഷൻ. താങ്ക് യു സർ.